Hello, EOS Nation, and welcome to episode 19 of EOS Hot Sauce. I'm your host, Daniel Keys, and we've got another spicy one for you this week. EOS Hot Sauce is a weekly digest of all the hottest news from around the EOSIO ecosystem. The space is evolving so rapidly it can be hard to keep up. We keep on top of it so you don't have to. In this week's episode, we've got EOSIO-LOCK, EOSDT, Alpha A, SOV, Choir, Games, and Vote Auditor. EOS Hot Sauce is available in every format. It's also available in video, audio, and written formats on our website. You can find us on YouTube, SoundCloud, or Apple Podcasts or any of the podcast players of your choice. And you can subscribe to the EOS Nation newsletter at our website at eosnation.io. Up first, we've got EOSIO-LOCK. While smart contract immutability is often desired or required, it is extremely hard to write code that will never need modifications in the future. Software developers simply can't foresee every potential scenario the code could encounter, especially when writing more complex applications. Thankfully, EOSIO smart contracts have a flexible permission system, letting developers choose under which circumstances a smart contract can be amended or updated. As a default, smart contracts on EOSIO can be modified if you have corresponding private key. However, EOS can be made immutable through the EOSIO.null function, which irreversibly nulls all keys that have access to that smart contract. Some apps, like the EOSDT stablecoin, secure their underlying smart contracts by decentralizing access through an MSIG and then distributing the access keys to a multitude of independent parties. Another way to integrate immutability in smart contracts was introduced by EOSIO-LOCK last week. Their solution is based on the element of time as measured by blocks. Using EOSIO-LOCK, a smart contract can be made immutable for a specified period of time. For example, a dApp could reserve the option to update its code once a year and communicate this to its users. Throughout the year, users can be 100% sure that the contract is immutable, allowing them to safely withdraw their funds before the contract unlocks. EOSIO-LOCK was developed by the Blocks Changer team, and they already announced further developments, such as the ability to vote on unlocking a locked smart contract. However, the Account Lock 1 smart contract is still very new and has yet to be given a web interface. The only way to execute EOSIO.lock is through the EOSIO command line interface known as Kleos. It's a fantastic idea that showcases once again the flexibility of EOSIO's permission system and how it's allowing developers' creativity to flourish. Up next, we've got EOSDT. As mentioned above, a popular practice for securing a smart contract is by decentralizing the distribution of the keys necessary to amend it. Equilibrium's EOSDT stablecoin smart contract is holding over 4.8 million EOS tokens as collateral. In order to earn the trust of investors and make their contract secure yet accessible in case of a critical bug, they have decentralized control of the smart contract. From now on, any changes in the contract requires the approval of the Equilibrium team, BPs, and community members. With great amounts of tokens comes great amounts of responsibility. Having almost 5 million EOS tokens escrowed in their smart contract, the team created the Equilibrium proxy, which is controlled by the EOSDT governance token called NUT. This week marked the first completed round of on-chain voting, and 10 BPs have been added to the Equilibrium proxy. Congrats to EOS Argentina, EOS Asia, EOS Cafe Block, EOS Lambda, EOS Node 1, EOS Canon, EOS Sphere, EOS Tribe, Meet 1, and EOS Detroit for qualifying in the top 10. Launched in April 2019, EOSDT quickly became a popular and innovative stablecoin project, making partnerships with significant players in the EOS ecosystem. Already partnered with Token Pocket, EOSDT is now also featured in the Huobi wallet as their first EOS-based stablecoin offering. Congratulations to the Equilibrium team for all their recent progress. Up next, Alpha A. Whenever we hear about NFTs these days, we usually think of in-game digital assets that make up the foundations of gaming on the blockchain. But NFTs can also be used to secure physical items in the real world. Alpha A is an online, community-oriented platform for artists and collectors that focuses primarily on limited edition prints. Receiving funds from EOS VC, AlphaA.io was launched on EOSIO to elevate the standard for art certification and provenance. They offer a simple certification solution that guarantees edition ownership, transactional history on the full chain of custody, and easy trading. AlphaA.io seeks to add transparency to the art market through blockchain technology by enabling future artwork to be linked to an NFT token, allowing for an easy and secure transfer of ownership when needed. Learn more about their company and services by checking the press release or check out their website, where you can also sign up either as an artist or collector. We've got links to that at the bottom of the article on our website at eosnation.io. Up next, SOV. EOS SOV has announced plans to become the first self-deflationary token on EOS. SOV stands for Store of Value and presents an interesting concept for smart contract. The initial supply of 1 billion is airdropped evenly to all EOS Genesis accounts, and the project presents an elaborate plan for burning tokens. In 21 stages, the airdrop supply will deflate all the way down to a fixed supply of 21 million EOS SOV. Until the fixed supply is reached, every time EOS SOV is transferred, a percentage of that transferred amount will be burned, creating some unique incentives around trading. It'll be interesting to see what happens once it's listed on a decentralized exchange. According to the team, the underlying smart contracts have passed security audits from Infinite X Labs and Generios. The team plans on releasing these audits soon, and once the developers are confident that there are no flaws in the current code, the contract will be turned immutable via the EOSIO.null function. As mentioned on their website, EOS SOV is created by an anonymous and decentralized group composed of developers, Austrian economists, traders, engineers, cryptocurrency enthusiasts, cypherpunks, and more. The free token distribution just went live, and we added info on how to grab your share below. Unclaimed tokens will be burned on a weekly basis, meaning that users need to claim their allocation in the first week to receive the full amount. Find the links at the bottom of the article on our website at eosnation.io. Up next, Choir. Under the motto, Use Your Voice, Join a Choir, the EOSDT custodians are preparing for the release of Voice. Simply put, choirs are DACs that are created on the Voice platform. We think this is fantastic branding that will likely bring increased awareness to DACs in general, and we are excited to see how this evolves. If you want to learn more about DACs and EOSDT's mission, we suggest you watch a recent interview with the 3 EOSDT custodians on the Everything EOS show. We've got links to that at our website at the bottom of the article. Up next, games. Competitive digital gaming is a very lucrative business, and esports in general have seen significant rise in popularity in recent years. EOS VC Galaxy Digital's most recent investment in the sector was directed towards Matcherino, a leading provider of esports infrastructure. According to CEO John Maffei, Matcherino is currently developing tools that utilize the EOSIO blockchain, saying, future versions of the product will likely incorporate blockchain functionality for measurement and financial payout. Matcherino powered more than 6,000 successful tournaments and is now looking to scale its organization to meet interests from esports companies like GameStop, EA Sports, Blizzard, and Microsoft. While Matcherino is planning to provide blockchain solutions for established big gaming companies, Ultra.io is building a next-generation games distribution platform on EOSIO and looking to compete with the giants of this industry. In their second community update, they announced an upcoming platform demo and shared some of their impressions from the many blockchain and gaming events they've attended in the last month. Upland, a game funded by EOS VC FinLab AG, continues its public testing and is already adding new features, like its own UPX token and an in-game marketplace. Users of Upland can now trade and purchase virtual real estate using the in-game token, as well as earning UPX on the properties they own. But the UPX token is not currently tradable outside of the game. The term play to earn was originally coded by Item Games, which already offers a variety of games playable on the EOS public network. Rewards earned in a specific game can be traded across the platform and can soon be exchanged for the item token. In the last week, they've released a new game to their store named Dungeon Princess, which features 12 characters with unique skills, interesting inter-character dynamics, and an addictive storyline. They introduced all the features in a short video linked below. Each of the games already released in the item store have their own regular news and event updates as they keep evolving. A perfect place to keep up is on Fin, their item game weekly review, released every Friday on Medium. While blockchain games are expected to revolutionize the current gaming industry, true decentralization is a process. Sebastian Reinholds from the Chainwise Group recently shared his key takeaways from the development of Chain Clash, the company's first release currently in beta testing. The article provides an interesting behind-the-scenes perspective on what needs to be considered when developing a game that is satisfactory to users, but also stays true to the ethos of decentralization. Up next, Vote Auditor. EOS Metal has released a new voting tool that sheds some additional light on EOS voting. We encourage you to poke around and play with it. There are some cool graphs to see. Our favorite graph is the one showing the total number of voters on EOS, which has grown consistently since the launch of the network. You can find a link to that at the bottom of the article on our website. And that's all for this week's episode of EOS Hot Sauce. EOS Nation is a top block producer on the EOS public network. We earn inflation rewards based on the percentage of token stake towards us. Those rewards are reinvested into EOSIO community tools and infrastructure. Help grow the ecosystem by staking your vote to EOS Nation FTW for BP or proxying to Proxy4Nation. Once again, EOS Hot Sauce is available in every format. You can find it on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, SoundCloud. If you appreciate this episode, make sure you give it a 5-star rating, give it a like on YouTube, and leave a review. Once again, I'm your host, Daniel Keys, and I'll catch you on next week's episode of EOS Hot Sauce. Until then, keep it spicy.